What's the mood of the team now? Obviously, another tough one. Maybe you feel like you could have had and should have had. What's the mood of this group right now?
We're still up. You know, we're coming off 2 tough losses, games that we thought we should have won, but we're still positive. You know, we're not out of this. I think a lot of people are already counting us out because it's 2-3. We're 1-2 in the conference. But no way, shape, or form are we done or we quit on each other. You know, we're still positive. Big game this week. We're playing Southern Illinois, a team that's in the same exact boat as us. You know, they were ranked, I think, at one point top 15 in the nation. You know, now they're 2-3 with us. So it's a big game. You know, we know it's a game that if we lose, we're not out of it, but we're putting ourselves in an extremely tough situation to get to the playoffs, our goal, and get to a national championship, which is our main goal. But no, we're fine. So we're still upbeat. We're still very positive, and you know, we know the season's not over yet. What's
the missing element to getting those victories in those close games? What do you think's missing?
You know, Coach Wolf said something yesterday in the meeting. I think that I think for the offense, we get relaxed. You know, we started off first drive of the game, we went right down the field. You're thinking things are good, you know, it's in hand, but you know, then things start to go the other way, and then we get back up. We're up 28-21. We have a chance. We're driving. I think it was after, you know, Davion's interception, after we fumbled the ball, a punt. But we got defense had a good stop. We're driving the ball, and it just didn't seem like we had that extra push. We have somebody down. You know, you got to step on them. You know, you have to get them by the throat and step on them. That's what our coaches always say. It doesn't seem like us as an offense we do that because we have the firepower. We have everything we need offensively and defensively. It just doesn't seem we have that sense of urgency, I think.
You had your first game where, you know, they really kind of stopped you, it seems like. Was something that they did, or?
Well, I think one thing I was impressed with what they did, they ran a lot of cover 2 on us, and their corners, they came up and they got pretty physical with us. They were really the first team to play the cover 2 that way. We were really the first team we played that played true cover 2 like that. And I think it's not that they tried, I think, really to shut down any of our receivers. I just think the way they played it really made our routes develop slow, and it made Kurt back there, you know, it was really slow, and we couldn't get things developed right away. So it just messed up a lot of our timing. That's one thing that really stood out to me.
What needs to happen for that sense of urgency to be there for 4 quarters, knowing kind of what's at stake in these conference games?
We have to stay hungry at all times. We you know, it doesn't matter if we're up 21, we're down 21, tie game. We have to stay hungry at all times. So that's the main thing, in my opinion.
Christian, does this feel like a must-win? I mean, I know it's not a must-win until the playoffs, but based on where you sit and what could happen, does it have that?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, every game's a must-win in our minds, but now the way things have turned out the last 2 weeks, I would say, yeah, it's definitely a must-win game.
You talked about how the South Dakota State defense played you guys. What are you expecting in the way of the style of play from Southern Illinois?
Well, you watch Southern Illinois film, they do a lot of cover 3, cover 4. They don't really do a ton of cover 2, but, I mean, you always got to be prepared for something different, or, you know, think in your mind, hey, this team had success versus us, because it's a copycat league. You know, one team does something good versus us, maybe another team's going to say, hey, they did well, why not us try that? So I'm going to expect it, but I know from talking to coaches, kids last year on the team, playing them, they're known as a cover 3 team, I'm pretty sure. So, but I'm always it's going to be in there in my mind, thinking about that.
How does that change then what you're able to do offensively?
It shouldn't change a thing. We just as receivers, we need to be ready. You know, when the corners come up and jam us, we got have our hands ready to put a move on them. I don't think we did a very good job of that when they came up and did that. Just do the little things we know we're capable of doing.
Christian, do you see through 5 games? I mean, I know it's not where you wanted it to be, but are there bad habits developing, things that you guys really need to break with, you know, going into the second half of the season with 6 to go?
There's always something you can improve on. I still think as a receiving core, we need to develop. Offensive, I mean, we're one of the better offenses in the nation, but it doesn't seem like we have enough. I mean, I guess I don't know. We're moving the ball well. I mean, but last game we left points on the board. I think we left points out there that we didn't get. We threw an interception in the game. We got stopped. We kicked ourselves behind a couple times. And just things we can't do. Just little mistakes I think we're doing. If we fix them up, I think we'll be fine.
Is it maybe a matter of, plugging some different guys in here and there, seeing if you can spark, the offense?
Yeah, you could always try someone different. And I think the coaches will handle that too this week. The receiving core, Coach Coleman told us, hey, we're going to be shuffling a lot of kids around. So, there's no number one receiver. Everyone's going to get their opportunity to shine. So, everyone's going to get their opportunity this week.